more time, I'm going to make you eat soap. Mommy, I'll never say it again. So how do we cleanse the subtle body? We have the gross body and we have the subtle body. Subtle body is even more powerful, stronger than the gross body. Because in our philosophy, we understand when we die, this body turns to ashes, it's cremated, but the subtle body goes with you into the next body. The mind, the intelligence, and the ego, that goes into you when you get your next body. That's the original transplant. They transplant the heart, they transplant the kidneys. This is the original transplant. Subtle body in your next body. Okay. So we're really concerned about the subtle body. So how do we cleanse the subtle body? So, by mantra. Sound vibration is very potent. Our next door neighbor, when I was young, she was an opera singer. She could hit all the high notes. And one time we went over to see her, and her husband said, "Watch this." He put a crystal glass, and she sung such a high. The glass broke before our eyes. Can you imagine? Sound has such potency. But what about Shabda Brahma? Shabda Brahma means it's not a sound of this world. Shabda Brahma means it's a sound from the spiritual world. Like our avatar. Kaviraj Goswami says in his immortal Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kali Kali Nam Murut Krishna Avatar. In the age of Kali, Krishna's form is in the sound of his name. And it comes down just like Mother Ganges, the little hole in the universe or the cosmos, and the Ramadev, and it comes down, Ganges, she sweeps by. If you bathe in the Ganges, you get purified. That's why so many people live on the bank of the Ganges, from Gangotri all the way to the Bay of Bengal. In this country, you have this mystical village. You get purified. If you bathe in Mother Ganges, just one time, you become relieved of more sinful reactions than you performed in lifetimes. But this is power, because by chanting, Chaito Dharmana Marjana, it's mystical. The material desires go away. After around, you feel refreshed, is it not? Is it? You feel refreshed. Now I can face the world. Now I can go out and face this insurmountable material world. Hare Krishna. It's so powerful. And you feel refreshed if you chant conscientiously. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Prabhupada said one time, everything deteriorates. Everything deteriorates. Even the great cosmos. But he said, japa and mantra shouldn't have a like astrologers will recommend it. And this mantra is never effective. I call you pristine, pure, this mantra. That's why before we chant, we often say prayers before we start chanting. Just like we say prayers before the deity. Govindam, Hare Krishna. I'm going to meet Govinda, the original person. I had one friend, his name was Fakir Mohan. He was a Gaudiya Vaishnava. His Guru Maharaj, interesting name, Fakir Mohan, a poor devotee of Krishna. He was poor, but he was very rich. He had the most priceless treasure. He had Namruchi. He had faith in the holy names. And sometimes he would let me sit with him. And I think, okay, I have time. He said, we'll chant japa together. I said, okay. It takes me 2.5 hours to chant japa. We were there for 6 hours. Why? Because before he the japa, he prepares his mind to receive Krishna. Namachintani Krishna's rasa vigraha. Krishna is fully present in the sound of his holy name. Prabhupada said even the pastimes of the Lord, all his leelas, all his Gaur leelas, all his avatars leelas are present in the sound. Same with the personalities, they're all present in the sound of Hare Krishna mantra. So knowing is not different, having that realization, he japa beads. Like we have an Arctic ceremony, he'd have an Arctic like 20 minutes, very conscious, the incense. Then the lamp is japa beads. The water, he wouldn't pour it on, but he poured it in a cup. Then the handkerchief, then the whisk, then the fan, then he'd do dandamats. And then he'd sit there for an hour and a half, and chant mantras to the holy names. He would sing shlokas glorifying the holy names. And many times, we'd sit like this, I'd hear him chant mantras that he hadn't chanted before. He was so well versed in the holy names. He'd chant and chant and chant and chant. Then he'd do dandavats. He'd be in front of his japa beads for like 20 minutes. Dandavats. Saying more prayers silently in his mind. The Haridashna, he would chant 100,000 names in his mind. Then he'd chant 100,000 names very softly. Then 100,000 names top of the voice for the benefit of all created beings. This is Vaishnava. This is Namruchi. So then he'd pick his beads up at Fakir Mohan, he'd start chanting. That's already like 3 hours. And I'm watching all of this, getting some appreciation, which turns into affection, which turns into love. First there's appreciation for everything Krishna conscious. Then it develops into some Swami said, young boys are attracted to young girls. Girls are attracted to young boys. With the same intensity, let me be attracted to you, my dear Krishna. That's love. Divine love. Love means me, lust means me, and love means like you have gold and you have iron. They're both metals, but what's the value of the iron compared to the gold? So love in this world, yes, something we need, but it's compared like iron to the gold, prema. Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain. I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. That's the perfection of chanting Hare Krishna. Just one tear comes down your face. Perfection. Not crores of rupees, and name and fame, and 2 houses, one in the city, one in the country, 4 cars. No. So that comes what? The regulative life, step by step. Shravanam, Kirtanam. So this morning, I'd like to have another type of chanting, Shravanam. Shravanam means to hear, Kirtanam means the glories of the Lord. This morning, I'd like to, it's like Brihat Mridanga, isn't it? Another form of glorification, Kirtanam. I'd like to read from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. There's many scriptures. It takes 3 lifetimes to read the Vedas, Itihasas, Puranas, etc. We have the la crème en français. Vous parlez français? Anyone speak Spanish now? La crème of the creme of all knowledge is Grantha Rashim and Bhagavatam. Why? Because Amala Puran. It's only dealing with pure devotional service. Nothing more, nothing less. Pure bhakti to Krishna. Everything for Krishna, nothing for me. But in having Krishna, I have everything. So we'll speak a little bit from Srimad Bhagavatam. We should appreciate this Bhagavatam. All of our acharyas have commented on Srimad Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada also, when he decided to come to the West, a lifetime preparation, what book did he focus on? It's not the word number one, connect. To reconnect. Thomas, to who God is. This is the purpose of religion, to reconnect with God, to love God. How you can love someone you don't know anything about? It's my humble challenge to all respected personalities of the spiritual traditions. I'm not criticizing. I'm speaking on the level of PhD, the science of self-realization. Why did you accept this girl as your wife? The way she looks, the way she walks, the way she talks, you have similar interests. You like the same music, you like the same clothes, dhotis, saris, you like the same song, Hare Krishna. You like the same music, you like the same books, you like the same founder Acharya Sridhar. It's love. So how can we awaken our love for God if we just, like sometimes in the West, I'll say, can you tell me something about God? Yes. What? He's God. Okay. Where does he live? What happens if you don't worship him? It's the beginning, that's okay. Confucius said the longest journey begins with the first step. But Bhagavatam describes the Lord from tip to toe to his beautiful face. 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, which Prabhupada summarized, by the way, in Krishna book. All these pastimes of Krishna and Vrindavan. Not majestic, Prabhupada said Vaikuntha is awe and reverence, sir, yes sir. He said it's like God at the office. But Vrindavan is like God at home. And how does it relate to his family members? In a more intimate way. Really, Vrindavan is the playground of God. Like daddy's at office, right? But the child doesn't want to go to the office. Sit here, son, be quiet, why do my work? Yes, daddy. You say yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Vrindavan means that, you can wrestle with Krishna, dance with Krishna, steal Krishna, prasadam from his leaf plate, laugh, ha ha ha. So the love is in the details. And that's what our Goswamis have given us. That's what you do. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. We put it on the highest pedestal of worship. Actually, I'd like to, before we begin, we already began. Before we begin, I'd like to read some appreciation of the Bhagavatam by Srila Sanatana Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis. Rupa Goswami, our Rasacharya, considered Sanatana to be like a spiritual master, elder brother. And the Goswamis wrote books on the science of Krishna consciousness, as well as rediscovered the lost places of Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, established deity worship, set the foundation, the headquarters for the Sankirtan movement, spread all over the world by the desire of Lord Chaitanya. So, Srila Sanatana Goswami's first book was Brihad Bhagavatamritam, It's published by the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust in 3 volumes. If you haven't read that book, you should read that book. It's authorized, BBT. Brihad Bhagavatam. And it's published in English. You should order it online. First book of the Goswamis. All the books of the Goswamis come out of that book. Just like you plant a seed in the ground, and then a banyan tree comes. You smell the chaunch in the cooking. If you close the door. So, Bhagavatam is the essence. Brihad Bhagavatam, everything comes from that. Please read Brihad Bhagavatam. And he wrote another book called Krishna Lila Stava. It's published also by BBC. And in this book, describing, in essence, Krishna's adorable, most adorable, playful pastimes in Braj, which melt the heart of everyone. Even when Krishna's a baby, he doesn't lose his godhood. Otherwise, how did he kill Putana and Trinivarta and the Kardi? It's so interesting. So he wrote a book called Krishna Lila Stava. And 412 to 416, he pours his heart out in love for the Grantha Raj, Bhagavatam. Raj means king and Granth means the king of all. In fact, at Sanatana Goswami's Samadhi Mandir means where he's entombed. In Vrindavan, near Madan Mohan temple, that's where his Samadhi is. There's a Samadhi. What? What's a Granth Samadhi? It's all the 6 Goswamis wrote, entombed in a Samadhi. Because we go to Samadhis for inspiration. You can pray to the person who is, and he'll hear you. And he'll reciprocate with you. It's true. You go to the Samadhi of a person, he'll hear your prayer and reciprocate with your prayers. That's why we need to go to Braj and Mayapur. One time, a student of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said, Thakurji, when we pray to the saints of yore, who lived hundreds or thousands or millions, do they hear us? Bandhanam, pray from the heart. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he paused for a moment. He said, yes. Muni. All the great saints, they hear you. He said, and they reciprocate your prayers. So be careful what you pray for. If you pray for something material, it means more bondage. If you pray for renunciation, culminating in Krishna consciousness, success or false faith. That's so that when you go next time, go to the little hill up at Madan Mohan. Just 20 meters to the side is the Samadhi of Sanatana. You'll see Samadhi. Samadhi for the books. Some of the books are so deep. Already fully read there. Ability to say things, to say Samadhi. Very Swami was so just listen. My heart. You'd be all ears. I'm thinking like an elephant. Cat, big ears. Or vibration to the heart. said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I want to be just like you. And we all went, well, you can't, that's offensive. You can't be like the guru. And Prabhupada said, Guru is he's teaching by his example. You can't be like him, but you can follow in his footsteps. You can't imitate, but you. So let's hear these prayers by Sanatana Goswami and pray you can have the same bhav, the same love in your heart. Okay? Ocean. It's all right. Now, there's a lot of verses, and we still have to give class. This is the introduction. The kirtan was a warm-up. This is an introduction to class. We'll be here till about 2 o'clock in the morning. Not the program somewhere tonight. Oshimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churned of all Vedic scriptures, O most prominent transcendental fruit of the you who are enriched with the jewels of all spiritual, philosophical conclusions. O you who grant spiritual vision to the people of the world. O like breath, O Lord, you are the sun which has risen to dispel the darkness of Kali Yuga. You are actually Lord Krishna, who has returned amongst us. Keep the children quiet. If they can go in the back if they're too. A few more years. O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer respectful obeisances. By reading you, one attains transcendental bliss. For your symbols rain pure love of God upon the reader. You are always to be served by everyone, for you are incarnation of Lord Krishna. O Srimad Bhagavatam, my only friend, my companion, my teacher, my great wealth, my deliverer, O my good fortune, O my bliss, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O giver of saintliness to the unsaintly, O giver of saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the fallen, please never leave me. Please become manifested in my heart and my throat, accompanied by love for Lord Krishna. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, the Sad Goswamis of Vrindavan ki, the Brajabhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Srila Sanatana Goswami ki. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading a verse from the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Janma Bhuyam Bhagavato Ya Etat Paryato Shayam Atta Vinan Bhaktya Dukkha Kramad Vimujjate. Whoever carefully recites the appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from the miseries of material life. Please repeat. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from the miseries of life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead has declared that anyone who knows the principles of the transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back to Godhead after being relieved from this material tabernacle. So simply knowing factually the mysterious way of the Lord's incarnations in this material world can liberate one from material bondage. Therefore the birth and activities of the Lord are manifested by Him for the welfare of people in general. And they're not ordinary. They are mysterious. And only one who carefully tries to go deep, deep into the matter by spiritual devotion can enter into the mystery and thus be relieved of miseries in this world. One gets liberation from material bondage. It is therefore advised this chapter belongs to describing the appearance of the Lord in different incarnations and have insight into the birth and activity. The very word of liberation is the birth and activity all transcendental. Otherwise, simply by reciting them, they are mysterious. Those who do not follow this regulations of devotional service are not entitled to enter into mysteries. I think we're We were discussing a similar subject matter in Kolkata, in Bengal the other day. How Krishna comes to the material world for the purpose of delivering you and me, dealing with the miscreants, and re-establishing dharma. Shanata dharma means the dharma of love for God. And we were discussing how amazing it is that he comes. We forgot God for millions of years. From different universes, species of life, bodies we're forgetting. He hasn't forgotten us for one moment. Prabhupada said one time, the nearest thing to pure love in the spiritual world is the love of a mother for her baby. And I've observed mothers, before baby, they're doing so many things. Baby comes to focus. They know where the baby is at any time, at any moment. Especially when they start to walk, isn't it, ladies? You have to really follow them everywhere. And even somewhere else, if mother sees the baby's shoe, her heart starts to flutter. Oh, my baby. This is nature's way. What to speak of the Supreme Lord? We can love 4, 5, 10 people deeply in our lifetimes. They say you can tell how many friends you have by how many people come to your real friends. We can have for Krishna love and reciprocate with every created being. This is God. Purusham means the worst amongst men, like Ravana, Shipal, Kamsa. But he's Purushottam. Krishna is the best amongst male personalities. One indication, he loved each and every, how many microbes headed this microphone? Millions. They're all created beings in those bodies for the moment. How many insects are there? Katalshi? Yeah. The cooking got me. No, the other ones. They're in the pouch inside, sealed pouch inside. Ah, relief. Ah, relief. Like when you chant, the miseries go away. When you take these little guys, your cough goes away. This is easy. Chanting takes practice. So Krishna is able to do our full satisfaction each and every day we make. So although we turned our face from him, he comes to see us face to face in this world. You can see him face to face. There was a moment when we actually turned our face. Again, my home life. Actually turned our face. Again, my home life. God bless my parents. Well, I'd be talking to my mom, and, she'd be chastising me. I kind of look away. She said, "Don't turn your face away from me when I'm talking to you. That's impolite." Yes, Mommy. So Jagadananda Pandit, a great devotional scholar, he writes a book called Prema Vivarta. Krishna Bahir Mukhahana Bhagavakari Nikatesha Mayatari Japatiya Dhari. The position of the living entity is to serve the Lord in a transcendental loving attitude. But when the living entity wants to become Krishna himself or imitate Krishna, he immediately falls down into the material world. Bahir Mukha. Krishna Bahir Mukha means Bahir means to turn. So I do that sometimes. I gotta to my mom. Mom. I won't do it again. Then she said like that time. His mother would, but his father would always come back and give some loving embrace. That's how you deal with children. Not that we should slap children, but say some strong words and then you should that way instruct love. Like Prabhupada would be naughty, and his mother would send him to his room without anything to eat. And his father was working late in the cloth in the morning. His wife would be asleep, so Prabhupada's father, Brahmohan, gave queries. Prabhupada would go to open the importance. So that's the Bangalore. No. Yeah. So the train came to America. Said, "Sir, London is half." Report this. Abraham. Somewhere there. We did what we can. This story, I think it's about 14 or 15. I had a fight with my father. I said, "I'm leading the house." My father, privileged family. My parents were Stanford University, the highest art you're not attracted to anything. You just want to have fun all day. But yeah, so I packed a few things and went to the front for a minute. Get a basket of the door. They went some candy and sleep outside. Rain night. I don't know if my dad's gonna ever let me back in the house. Around 2 o'clock, then there was, but to go to the living room, I had to pass through the living room. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning. This big chair, and I passed by. Welcome home. My dad waited the 3 days. I forgot. Welcome home, son. Oh, Dad. Yes. I'm sorry. And he welcomed me upstairs. Into bed. Would you like ice cream? Oh, ice cream is freezing cold. So like, I did him, but he'd never. Krishna There's 3 phases to the truth. There's Bhagavan Shiva in Vaikuntha. He's all a big God by his spirit. And the butterflies. He's very patiently waiting. Out of frustration, out of a desire. Where we have our founder, Bishop of various representatives on behalf of this great acting spiritual. Snug as a bug as a rug, snug as a bug among us. I see like this, falling from the spiritual world, the heavenly planets, and then down to the planet. We came down the have you heard of Gita? Who are you? Remember, side. These books today. Oh, I'll take one. You see the glowing faces of all the devotees. Students came, they looked miserable, dirty, unready, sinful. But now, and dotis and saris with Kanti Mala, they look just like that. So then you go like this. Huh? What is this? It's a big smile. Yes, you're falling, you come in contact with their movement, you start going up. Oh, happy day! I'm with this guy, I'm with Prabhupada. So that's why That world is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. This place which is temporary, full of ignorance and suffering. He's so, how can God be so cool? The prison, takes down the prison, rescue. We see the first verse of Ruvasana. We're burning up in the material existence. He comes to save us. House, there's lazy men in the house. And God, fire in the house. He shakes his friend. You have to get out of there. And his friend says, I kind of like the heat. And he rolls over and goes to sleep. That's you and me. But finally, so deliver, annihilate the miscreants, and reestablish Dharma. But the main reason he comes is to piety. Other things he can do, he's kill the demons. He can create, something worse than COVID. The Spanish flu in people in Europe. Established Dharma. People forgot knowledge. Came, it took 45 minutes. It doesn't have to come for that. Love. I love hey, it's like the Lord, he has millions of arms and millions of legs, universal form. All the hands for mercy that we do. But I leave the rest aside. Kids like time to think. We should be what we have. The rich in the West, very, very, there's you're the one. Krishna comes to deliver us. But what kind of God is who kills people? God killing people. Like my mom I came home with a shaved head. Those days are doty like something. What is this? Mom, it's a religion. Yeah, but I can shave your head, put a dress on, and what's that picture? Under the temple birth, as you enter in huge painting, Lord Nishringa, killing your own. And that was kind of a new box. Look at the wall with 10 incarnations, and Parasuram, chop, 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 and you're killing me. I don't know. You know, you were always pacifist. You're worshiping the Mama. Take how is this Venus killing demons? Delivering demons. I'm so mercy. Mercy. Mercy because the Lord is ridding the earth of unwanted elements. Prabhupada's language. Demonic people have no other business than to cause harm to others. Maharaj says there are two types of beings in this world: divine, demonic. Divine uplifting others, demoniac for taking advantage of others. So many different ways and policy schemes and wars that do that. It's hard for us to understand people push people down. This mentality is actually described in the Krishna book. Prabhupada writes, a saintly person can create all kinds of difficulties. A living man feels duty. Everything to satisfy the Godhead, and he is like Kamsa. Nothing to kill it. They kill animals, they kill fish, birds, insects, they kill butterflies, hunting. Like God, I'll put them on the wall. They even kill human beings. Even though they're they kill. This type of he doesn't take the whole day with promise. This cow, protector of cows. Come back. That's the way you stop threats. Anyway, kill the animals. And kill me. Maybe I shouldn't do this. There's a mantra like that. It's killing. People would take time. So Buddha came. He stopped this killing. Ahimsa. He preached Buddhism. Demons. So can say, but body violence. But the Buddha is the Buddha. He preached 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 the Buddha. I feel sorry for them, leave them here. No. Kill the cancerous cells, get them out. You're free. Oh, thank you, doctor. The virus is killed. But when Krishna kills, it's a different thing. Because his hand, he gets moved. He gets inspiration. Om Krim Om Patika Keshanta Jala Pavakalochana Bharatya Oh Lord, the touch is fiercer. Thunderbolt Indra, O transcendental lion, Divasimha, obeisances to you must do day to you. Dwalapaktalokchana Basha he's so angry, fire can become very angry. The most form of Sri Day was when he comes out of where he is. You have Mayapur, he's coming out of the door. Even Brahma, Lakshmi couldn't calm him down. Only Prahlad, who is his pure devotee. Shantana worship the Jwala worship because he takes everything. He becomes angry. When it nourishes the body of the Lord, she missed. So she changed to a beautiful woman. Kamsa said, go kill the baby. She came before her and she was beautiful to no one. And she said to Mother Yashoda, to be a wet nurse. Nurse said, it's busy that she has ladies who have given birth with their children. They can give their breast milk to the child, a wet nurse. So Mother said, yeah, give her breast to baby Krishna. She said, leave. Vrindavan, where she realize monist, all is one. better than Brahman, to have to serve that glorious master. Glorious master. He was walking on the beach with his disciples, and there was a fluffy west because in those, this is those days, his tail's like this. And a group of dogs fighting over some garbage. These dogs fighting over some garbage here. Prabhupada said, what's the difference between these two dogs? You know, well, one of them we were covered. I said, no. And these, Prabhupada said, they have no master, they're miserable. Same thing. How could we ever be for what? Even now, he is the doorman in planet of the day, Vaikuntha. Like, he's, you know, giant Vijay, past not liberated. But he's Ziva son. Paul pulled out his intestines and desires. How would you like to hear it? Because there's different versions, and the Shiva Purana was the Lord doesn't come from the pillar. Because the pastimes are repeated in different yugas. I'm just going to read this. When Hiranyakashipu saw his servant running in fear, Hiranyakashipu said, "What is it, my dear servant? What is it? What's bothering you?" The servant replied, "Lord, it's a lion. Lion." Hiranyakashipu said, "So." He said, "Master, this lion has a human body. I've never seen such a strange creature." "No, bring him here." The servant replied, "My master did." Said, "Then bring him quickly." Hiranyakashipu explained, "Oh, bring his nails." So that's the Shiva. You know, he's coming. He didn't have time to do his bow because. And now he lives on the same planet as Lord Shrinkage. So he killed him. He purified him. The nails, envy, pride, love. I want to get rid of Shravanam, Shravanam, Padasevanam, Artanam, Andam, Dasam, Sakyam, Atmani, Vedanam. He's one of the 12 Mahajans. describing the process. You can do it the easy way, or come on, you're Sringadev. Easy way up. Rather than take the stairs, I'll take the elevator. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And see, stand. You're standing before me, blink. Pure devotees. It's a lot to us, lovers of God. Doesn't just mean that you see Krishna. What's more important, Krishna seeing you. Yes. And stand as your witness and Shakti go. What? That's nice. To get there. If I could, the deity followed me. He was in Braj. Never forgets any service, even the tiniest service. We even forget. As you get older, you really forget things. You forget names. What was your the Lord? Whatever has a language, whatever you do, he wants. In the short duration of your life, don't think you'll live to be 75, 80. No. Do not children die in the womb? Accidents, you don't wear helmets. So many accidents happen. Accidents even happen on the royal. Offer me with love, flower, with ocean. Offer me with love, flower, with ocean. I heard it. Men smiling about it. The female elephant that he was taking care of, she gave birth to a baby elephant. Enough money to take care of it. Old to its mother. Maybe, and that elephant was trained in a certain kinds of stand up and go like this. Parade. So the elephant trainer, he came to his family because it's different. Elephants walking down as a baby. He was so offended. With the question. And it came to the city, heard the story, how the elephant had a very kind way separated the baby elephant, it wasn't punished. Who do you prefer first? Family. Right now, there's, I don't know if you know my country, California, that are burning down a portion of the expensive homes outside. 10,000 homes burned down. All the weren't to that, you know, when the fire comes in the neighborhood, the men, they everyone could realize that that would be the end of the war. You can squabble with the siblings a little. You can squabble with the siblings a little louder. So Krishna comes to family. That means everyone, especially Charlie. He makes no difference to me. What Sarvadharmam Paricha. Back down, mister. Oh, it would be very hard. Strict. He was so strict. The female followers of Mahaprabhu had to obey. Mahaprabhu was very sitting on the floor and being a devotee. Prabhupada came, he gave Gayatri mantra to the ladies. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. He had many in one temple. He's a sannyasi. He married his disciples. And he went and met the big sadhus. Big sadhus could not leave from India for fear of getting contaminated. Prabhupada left, and he mingled with it. He's so kind. By his grace alone, can call ourselves the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, can we understand who is Krishna? Technically, we're and again, we're 1%. We we shouldn't think we're better than others. Just more fortunate. And we good fortune you have to share with others. Spiritual mathematics. One is me. So each to his own. Sankirtan means the complete glorification of the Lord. Everyone has a part to play. Here's my harmonium. I'm playing the big keys. But if the screw falls out here, it doesn't work. So everyone wants to play. The part you'll play in the Sankirtan. A little hard nowadays to support a family like that, but having children is a great gift, because these children will become, the little boys will become great generals in Lord Chaitanya's army. And the ladies will come and they'll cook such delicious prashadam, Lord Chaitanya's secret weapon. No one can escape. So I thank you for this wonderful opportunity to just be with you today and chant and dance. I think they are cooking in the background. What's that in the kitchen?
Yeah, the kitchen's in the back.
Yes, but I have my medicine. And we have the supreme medicine to free us from all miseries, which was the verse today. And that's the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Sannyasi comes to your house. You're supposed to give him anything he wants. There's a sannyasi in the house of the home of Lord Chaitanya when he was a little boy, 5 years old. And the father said, "Oh, can I give you some fruit? Can I give you some rupees? And anything you want?" He said, "Give me the sun." That's Atma Nivedana. We don't have to worry like that. But I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm going to give you something. It's some books that this humble, aspiring devotee has written. You remember I was here last year, and we had the sacred forest of Vrindavan. It was the west bank of the Jamuna. All the holy places that were on the west of the Jamuna. I spent years visiting, researching through scriptures, finding out what are the pastimes that happened in personality, trees like, what were the birds singing, what were the bees humming, what was the moon. Prabhupada wants us to go back and watch Vrindavan. We want to go to Braj. So the more you know about a place, the more eager you are to go to the third stage of city. So our brochure is the knowledge we have about Sri Vrindavan Dham. That's the Param theme, the playground of God. So during the COVID period, I took the time to research. I'm still doing, actually every Friday on my YouTube channel, I give a class. I give almost 600 classes just about Vrindavan. There's so much, it's unlimited. And my disciples have transcribed those lectures now it's in book form. It's in book form. Very nicely done by a printer in Delhi. There's some pictures here. Me, some myself. Very nice pictures. God and Krishna, the forest, everything like that. So all the forests on the western side, if you have that book, this just came out. This is the eastern bank of the Jamuna. When you go to Vrindavan, take this book with you. You don't just want to see. Saintly person sees through, not through his eyes. So we read about Vrindavan. When we're there, then we're understanding what's actually happening there. A lot of work, a lot of research went into this book. It's so easy for you now, like, Hindi and 10 easy lessons. So this is Krishna consciousness, Vrindavan and 10 easy lessons. There's this book, which is, we're just selling it for the price thing. And we have, I also wrote about Govardhan Hill for a few years. Here's all the lectures about Giriraj Govardhan. Hindi. This is a book in Hindi. Yes, for Hindi friends. And if you take, this book, Sacred Force, then I'm going to give you this book language. I have to go there and tell people there's a supreme. It's God. What's a God? But it works. Thousands and thousands. All across China. What an adventure that has been. Taking Prabhupada's teachings with his blessings to China and Russia. I went to outer Mongolia. I traveled through the savannah. They have these little yurts made of skins of animals, cooking animals. They invite me in. Would you like a sheep? No, thanks. But I'd like you to chant Hare Krishna. And they would chant. We'd dance in ecstasy. I went to the Amazon jungle. I went deep into the jungle. From Manaus up to Brazil, to Venezuela. They never seen white people, especially white people with a bald head. And they have those darts that were poison. Wait, hold on, prashadam. And they eat, they become intoxicated from the sugar, and we dance in ecstasy. The adventure of sharing Krishna consciousness, despite all obstacles, I'm still here. Astrologer told me the other day, he said, Indradhyumna Swami, I've studied your chart for 5 days now. There's no reason that you should still be alive. This transit, this, that. He said, you should have been dead 5 times. Like, what are you doing here? I said, Namaste, Namaste, Naya, So it's all here. All those adventure stories we hear. It's a light reading. Before you go to sleep at night, you can just read a chapter and you'll have a wonderful nightmare. It always has a good conclusion, so don't worry. This is printed by HarperCollins. It's a very renowned publishing company. There was a competition between Penguin and HarperCollins to get the rights to this book. I chose HarperCollins because, whatever. And a famous personality, Jay Shetty, he gave the introduction. It's selling like hotcakes. It's like all the bookstores and the airports. When I come through, people stop, hey, are you him? I said, yeah, I'm him. Can you sign my book? Yeah, but I'm going to miss my flight. So you don't have to go to the airport, you can get it here. And Radhanath Swami about the appreciation, and Gauranga Das wrote, yeah, before they all sell it, we have enough for today?
Yeah.
We have enough for today. So if you buy this book, you get that book. And if you buy the Govardhan book, you can learn Krishna's personality on your own there. Then you get, this is my favorite book of all time, Prajadila. She was my 19-year-old disciple in Russia, going back 20, 30 years. She had leukemia. There's no cure. So she said to me, Guru Maharaj, 64 rounds a day, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. All the other times, hearing pastimes of God, Krishna, cow, boys, etc. It came time for her departure. She sent a message. I was in Poland preaching. She said, Guru Maharaj, I can't die without you. You're my guru. Please come. I flew to Delhi. And I got out of the plane. I took a taxi. It was boiling. I took a taxi. And I came to the Krishna Ballroom Mandir. She was in her room there on her deathbed. I came. I spent 1 hour preaching to her. You're not this body. You know your spirit. So she said, yes, I know, but tell me about Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. So I was telling story pastimes like that. And then she said, now chant to me. So in her right ear, I was chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. She said, Guru Maharaj, I'm so curious. What's behind? What's next for me, the next chapter of life? What's waiting for me in the spiritual world? And then her god sister, Indradhyumna, she's chanting in the other ear, Radhe, 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 I'm chanting Radhe, and she left this body. What a story. She wrote a diary about departing. I have no doubt this girl went back to the spiritual world. This is how to prepare for death. You'll cry. Every page you'll cry. You'll definitely cry. It's my favorite book. It's not my biggest book, but it's all about this young girl, 19 years old. Now she's with, Rupa Goswami and the Langa Manjari, I'm sure, in the spiritual world. Because that's where her heart was. She's teaching us how to go Vrindavan to Vrindavan. This book is teaching you about Vrindavan. Combination, actually you get all three books. It's only a question of time before you're back. Vrindavan. In the spiritual sky! So, yeah, what, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to sit here. Where's my pen?
Yes.
I have a pen. It's the pen of all pens. It's a Mont Blanc. I don't know. I didn't even know what Mont Blanc was either, but it's a French pen, and it's made it's gold. And I was on a flight from London to Delhi, and I sat next to a man, very aristocratic, he had a Rolex watch, gold, this suit, fancy perfume. He said, what is that diaper you're wearing? I said, sir, it's called a dhoti. He said, why you have no hair on your head? I said, I'm a monk. He said, you don't look like a monk. He said, you look like a fool. I said, actually, sir, you're the real fool. Because you're living your life like Hiranyakashipu. Who, he said. I told him the story. To make a long story short, we became very close friends. Because although he was very wealthy and well-to-do, he was suffering. His wife had passed away, his business was failing, it was a fake smile. So I filled it in with all nice stories about Prabhupada and Islam movement. At the end he said, sir, I want to apologize to you for offending you, and out of appreciation, I'm going to give you my Mont Blanc pen. He said, this pen has signed $6 million contracts. I said, so what? I'd rather have the $1 million. He laughed. He said, someday I'll give you a donation. We're in touch. I said, please take this pen. And then I gave him the book. He said, oh, this is so nice. I can read it at night before I go to sleep. I didn't tell him about the nightmares. He said, thank you so much. And then he said, will you sign it for me? I said, yes. I said, this is better than $1 million contract, sir. This is your first step in going back home, back to Godhead. He said, what's Godhead? I said, read the book. So he got the book, one of the first copies. And I carried this pen. I said, okay. So if you take the book, I'm going to sign, I'll show you. It's a big pen, and it's a big book. So I'm going to show you what my signature's like. Hold on. It's just nice to have the office signature, not there. So this book is 1 crore. I'm just kidding. Rasiga?
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Each of the Forest of Vrindavan Eastern book and the Govardhan Hindi book, each is 2,500 rupees. You can pay either by cash or UPI. We have those books at the table over there. If you get the Forest of Vrindavan Eastern book, you will get the adventure books as free. And if you get the Govardhan Hindi book, you will get the Brajavila book as free. So these books are a quick read and you can pass it on to your friends or colleagues as well.
I want to make it clear that I'm not a salesman. I'm actually just giving something priceless to you. I met one sadhu in the Himalayas in Muktiman. He said, Maharaj, as the moon is the opulence of night, as a pious ruler is the opulence of his kingdom, as a chaste and beautiful wife is the opulence of her family, so knowledge is the opulence of the family. So this is knowledge. This is the knowledge we need. Rajavidya Rajaguyam, the king of education. Please take a book and take advantage. You can listen to a lecture for 1 hour and a half, but you can sit in your home and go over and over and over this book, all about where we belong. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming today. See you next year if you'll have me back. Go, Premanande! worship King, deity worship King, Shanam worship King, Sadhusanga King, founder, Acharya, Seva, the whole Kali Yuga, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada King. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Hare Krishna.
Исходит Шрила Indradhyumna Swami Maharaj ki.
Hare Krishna.